Hey guys, BJ back with some more Shadowverse content for you, and today I'm bringing you a fun deck. It is the old hybrid portal deck. Now, I'd kind of forgotten about this deck, guys, to be honest, but if you remember back in set 1, we often had the puppet build, we had the artifact build, and then in the meta, bred this kind of like weird sort of hybrid where you could lean into either, and I'd just totally forgotten about it. But actually, shout out to @MickeyGalaxy99 on X, who managed to grab himself a 10 win streak with this at Grandmaster. And I thought, hey, this looks pretty cool. I'm going to take it for a spin and yeah, make a video about it. So let's take a look at the deck. So as you can see, guys, we can lean into the puppet strategy quite easily. We've still got the Puppet Lancer. We've still got the Love Struck Puppet here for generating puppets. And in addition to that, we've still got the UD at 3 drawing. We've got Zwei, which is a pretty good 5-drop no matter what portal deck it's in. And then we've got the Orchis, obviously, as the big finisher. Now, what we've done is we've dropped Liam, which isn't a great card, to be honest. And we've dropped some of the kind of like filler cards around it. And what we've done is we've managed to put in enough things to get some value out of the artifact type. So we are strengthening the 1-drops with the Elise. So now we've got 6 1-drops, which also basically makes this have a pretty good tempo curve pretty consistently. We got the Ironheart Hunter giving a Gear of Ambition on Fanfare. We've got the Stream of Life giving us some hard removal and also giving us that Gear of Remembrance. Then we've got the Miriam at 3. And then we can squeeze in Alouette at 5. So you'll remember this from the early sets, right? Evo in Alouette. And then obviously, by this stage, we can kind of decide what do we need. Do we want heal? Do we want the beta, which does damage to our opponent? Or do we want the AoE, the 3 damage AoE? So yeah, we get to sort of lean into that. And then we've got Karula as well on 6. Which again, it's really interesting. We drop Noah. Because often Noah's like we end up throwing puppets away because our hand's full. So instead we've got Karula in here. If we don't have the Evo points to spare, that's fine. You can just Fanfare and we can put one of our 5-cost artifacts out. Of course, if we do want a Super Evo, we can Super Evo here with Karula, attacking twice, clearing the board nicely. We could also on 7 play that with the Puppet Cat, then setting up the big puppet with Orchis the turn after. And in addition, we have got Odin. This is the alternative art, the Oguri Cap, as well. So overall, I think this is kind of like quite a nice sort of tempo deck. Really, we kind of generally want to be playing it, you know, as early mid game kind of deck. But the cool thing is it can kind of lean into a more grindy matchup. Obviously, eventually you'd even be able to make the master work, but it's not really what we're with this deck. I think it's probably a bit harder to do that, but it's much better strategy really to think about. Like, do you just need the heal? Do you just want the AoE? Do you want to kind of put more damage onto our opponent? And yeah, overall, I think it's quite a nice flexible deck. Like I said, totally forgotten about this. So why don't give this one a try yourselves and see how you get on. Let me know down below in the comments if you do test it. With that said, let's jump into some games. Okay, so first up we got Abysscraft. Okay, so you never quite know, but it looks like we've got Abysscraft, right? No mode, counter down, and having that 1-drop kind of tells you. So immediately that makes me think, first of all here, I'm annoyed that I threw away my Stream of Life, but what would you know? I do get to draw it. Miraculous timing for the removal. And obviously what I'm thinking here with Alouette is that we probably want to have the heal, or we want to spam a load of wards. Generally against aggro, that is the idea with the artifacts. So for now, we're just kind of like keeping up on tempo. I did clear the other one. I know he can heal, obviously, with the bat, but I didn't want him to get more free storm units, basically. Hence killing the other 1/1 token there. So we are going to coin out Alouette. And I decide to just go with a heal. No need for the AoE because I'm evoing and going to trade with one anyway. And I feel like health is going to be of the essence. So it was either, for me, it was either kind of like play a ward unit there, the 3-drop ward unit, or to just go with the heal. So Evo's Aragavi, really going for it. And I feel like this is a nice Zwei turn for us here. We will Evo. A couple of wards are pretty good against Aggro Abyss. So he takes Barrel. He's probably going to Evo Barrel here, right? Because he doesn't want to be taking the damage. He gets the heal. Back up to 18. Rage of Serpents. So we actually Super Evo Karula here. And then we can push some base damage whilst healing as well. And at this stage, I'm feeling pretty confident. But, you know, you never know, do you, with Aggro Abyss. And the Super Evo as well. And it's all of a sudden, ouch, like this is a nasty board. And we only have the one Super Evo point left. So we've got to do it. Like, we just don't really have a choice. Just want to get this the right way around, because obviously we want to play Puppet Cat here. Giving us the nice big puppet. And being able to clear the board and back up to full health. Now at this point I'm thinking, okay, we kind of played this really nicely, right? He's only got 3 cards left. However, he has the same play as last turn. But the difference this time is we're now both out of all Evo and Super Evo points, and I am staring at a hell of a board. So Alouette is really just to get the gears down. And I decided to actually just go for a striker and get rid of his biggest unit. And I'm going to have to spend the puppet. And there's not... we play the extra player point, and there's not a right lot I can do. So all of a sudden he's got this this pretty big board left. And what looked like a pretty comfortable game has suddenly devolved. And I'm desperately trying to find the answer. We've drawn the Orchis, so at this stage I'm like, okay, what can I do to just clear? And I'm like, just get rid of the big stuff. Just throw all the puppets in. It doesn't matter. Just get rid of the big stuff and just hope that he doesn't have, you know, Cerebus or something. So he's got Jerrybane. Uses the Testament. And now we're obviously just going to go in with Orchis. We can't Super Evo. But what we can do is we can kill this 3/3. And I trade for the value trade here. I always feel like once the Evos and Super Evos go, it's like old school CCG tactics of value trade and stuff come into play. Often they're a bit out of the window when the Evos are available because they sort of break the traditional trading pattern. And the Cultivator was the last card. So we have survived. We survived the comeback. Great game. GG. Okay, so next up we have got Dragoncraft. And we're going second this time. So because I had the early gears, I kept the Karula. If it was the puppet early units, then I probably would have tossed Karula. So we're just going to go face, get a bit of chip damage. Does he value traders or does he just get rid of the 2/2 now? So he gets rid of the 2/2. Denies us getting the gear. Now obviously you will remember that with artifacts, you do need to be conscious of your hand size. So at the minute we've got 9. So we need to fuse something. A little bit of a lame turn really there. We managed to play one of our 4 player points. Tied up our hand a little bit. So now we can finally Evo. So we're going to go with Zwei. I did wonder about coining out Karula, but... And we're seeing Phil Dow as well, which made me happy. But now, obviously, he had a second one in hand, so he can deal with the board. He will have to trade. So we actually decide to go with the offensive artifact this time. AoE. Okay. He is purely trying to set up. The good thing is with the Aguri Cap in hand, or the Odin, if you like, we can just destroy his engine, his draw engine here, and just go in. And he's going to Fenny and probably hopes that we don't have the Orchis. One of the good things with this deck as well is your opponent's not necessarily going to know exactly what type of deck you're running and what you've got and whether you run Orchis or not. But indeed, we do. And as soon as he sees the Orchis, I think he calls that a day. GG. So there you go, guys. Just a nice reminder that this deck does actually exist. If you enjoyed that kind of more hybrid approach to Portal in the past, why not give it a shot? And again, once again, shout out to @MickeyGalaxy99 on X. Go give him a follow. Nice one for bringing this back and doing so well with it at Grandmaster. Let me know how you get on with it in the comments, and like and subscribe. Thanks for all the support, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao for now.